Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. On tap is what should be a pretty good matchup between the New York Jets and the San Francisco 49ers. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
We are about 40 miles or so south of Candlestick Point at a place that first opened back in 2014 as you get a look at Levi's Stadium here in Santa Clara, California. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Jets and the San Francisco 49ers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at these 49ers as they interplay here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jets, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They'll have Jimmy G calling the shots. Grew up in the northern suburbs of Chicago, went to Eastern Illinois. Jimmy Garoppolo.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Garoppolo. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by a man drafted in the 3rd round in 2019 from West Virginia. It's Will Grier.
Ready. AT Gator. Check. Watch 54. Pick me up. Here we go. Ready.
A first carry for Kenyon Drake. And he powers his way up past the 30. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. The offensive starters now for the Jets.
I don't know about you, but I love a good undrafted free agent success story. So let's take a look at Robbie Anderson, the wide receiver, because in 2017, 63 catches, 941 yards, and a strong candidate for the Pro Bowl. Didn't quite get there, but was knocking on the door. How about that for an undrafted free agent out of Temple, now making good in the NFL?
It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
Go. 56 is the mic. I don't think you got it,
And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
Offside, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
Here's a 1st and 10 now after they successfully drew him off sides. Now Drake. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. On 2nd and 12, Greer. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Roughing the passer, defense.
Well, this crowd does not like that call.
Understandable reaction from them. That's their team that the penalty's going against. But you and I both know they're going to take care of the quarterback.
Completes it to Hardman. Not able to go anywhere that time. 2nd down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. This is Ford. And a good burst there right from the start as he'll get this one out near the 35. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
They fake the handoff. Now Greer. Got his man there. It's Wallace complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal. On 1st and goal, Drake. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Kenyon Drake. His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
A check on Breida's numbers from last week. 24 carries, 118 yards.
And they've got a nice scheme going right now, and they run the football pretty well. In fact, I was talking with him on the field before the game, and he said he's starting to hear from the guys ahead of him on the rushing yardage total, and they want to know if he's going to jump up there and join them at the top of the list.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And that is incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. 47-yard punt, a return of 4. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. And New York set to take the field. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find his tight end, Chris Herndon, but it'll be 2nd down. Off play action, Greer going long here for Wallace. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
Foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Wow, so wipe out the INT, roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the post game. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They run the counter. Ford. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. On 2nd down, it's Drake, and he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
Let's go. Single slot, single snap.
Play action, it's Greer. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. On 2nd and 10, Greer. His throw incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Ouch, you thought you had the defensive stand. Roughing the passer wipes it out.
What does every defense talk about? 3 and out, right? Thought they were able to get off the field. Not so.
This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Mecole Hardman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead.
When you're a great route runner, it makes you that much better as a receiver because now your quarterback trusts that you're going to be where he expects, and he's able to deliver the ball on time.
Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, Probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. The throw over the middle, taken in. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Garoppolo gives to Breida. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. Well, look now at our starting defense. They're just below the cut line for top half of the league. 17th in the NFL against the run.
And the focus now is making sure that they're hitting on all cylinders as they head into the playoffs. And that means they've got to stop the run better because playoff football often means running football. So they've got to be prepared for that.
Now Garoppolo on the bootleg. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Looking again in the direction of Woods, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Now it's Breida. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Garoppolo looks to throw. That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. No surprise there, 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
Extra point right down the middle, and that'll make our score 14-7. A 10-play drive that time, and it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This one taken from the 7. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. New York set to take the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally brought down at the 43. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. You know, I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
Draw play to Ford. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. On second down, here's Greer. Oh, now Greer, he fumbled the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
Here's the Jets punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
So that penalty will back them up half the distance to the goal line. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. That's Mike McGlinchey, former first-round pick out of Notre Dame with a penalty.
You got 4.
They go counter with Breida. And space opens a bit as he gets it across the 15 to the 17-yard line. A good productive run there on first down. He winds up getting 8. Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon. I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Garoppolo now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. On first down, here's Breida. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Throwing on second down. Garoppolo. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis.
Bartney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you say, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go, and let's see who's faster.
Here we go. Ready? 25, check 25, check 25.
Running out of the gun here, Breida. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. On second down, McClellan. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. He'll dump this down to Matt Breida. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a fourth down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
Come on now, let's go.
And now let's talk about Kenyon Drake. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. On 1st and 10, Greer. He's able to find Wallace. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So a little extra on top of the big play there.
It's tough for guys rushing the passer, but you have to know when the ball is gone. And if you listen, officials will tell you ball's gone. He didn't pull up.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Throwing on 3rd down, Greer. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. DeForest Buckner make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Seibert's kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. This is Breida. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. The Niners on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Throwing now is Garoppolo. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. The Niners have the 1st down on a gain of 11. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Williams in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now a play fake. Garoppolo. And his throw here's incomplete. The linebacker C.J. Mosley there in coverage. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
This will be fielded at the 17. 12 yards on the return that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now let's talk about Kenyon Drake. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. On 3rd down, Greer.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
On the ground, it's Ford. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. On 2nd down now, it's Ford. And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
I'm letting you know right now, you better bring.
Greer on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Set to take over again here on offense, Jimmy G and the 49ers. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. To throw is Garoppolo, and that's complete to Jesse James. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's 1st down on the other side of the field. Garoppolo. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now Garoppolo. And he fires one incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals, because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. We're starting to get near the home stretch of this NFL season. It's Week 13, so let's get an update on what's going on. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And New York set to take the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. To throw on third down, Greer. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
And oh, they had him bottled up, but here's a late flag, and a face mask is going to get a much better starting position.
Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
So the face mask certainly helps things as they'll start up past the 30 on first down. On play action, now Garoppolo. And his throw's going to be incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. They run with Breida. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Garoppolo now, looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. Garoppolo, he's going to give this to Breida on the draw. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything, change it up, because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Here's Garoppolo to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Greer now, 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now a draw play with Drake. Now Drake loses the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Here comes Jimmy Garoppolo now to lead his offense back out there. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent, just the 1 touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader, making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged. How big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. They'll like that.
I just want you to know that you agreeing with me, that's going to get me through this 3rd and 4th quarter. Are you touched? He's patting his heart, boys and girls. He's touched.
Respect. And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
He'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What did the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a 1st down.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Garoppolo now. A perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. James has got it. Complete. He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. 2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo, and unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's 4th.
So many offense want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
And this one is right through. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So, in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Right back to Drake. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. On 3rd down, Greer. And this is going to be incomplete. Here's the Jets punter now. as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. And now Garoppolo lost the football.
Hey, that's all day, baby. You're set.
So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Now this throw caught left side and way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Here's Breida.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 15 for the Niners there and a 1st down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now Garoppolo on the bootleg. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Leonard Williams in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. Well, that last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. And that will be incomplete.
But plain and simple, that's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
He's got 9 points on field goals now. He's made 3 of them. That gets him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And for him, it's not his concern, right? He just goes out there when they call on him and goes ahead and puts points up on the board. But the offense has got to get together and figure out what's stalling their drives, so they have to keep calling on him.
And now let's talk about Kenyon Drake. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's gotten off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defensive front. Instead of the linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles and gaps and maybe stopping him before he can get going.
Mugging the line of scrimmage, okay.
Yeah, in this case,
49ers have an extra defensive back on the field, a nickel set for 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Greer. And that is incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. They'll start on the ground with Breida. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. From the 30 on 2nd down, Garoppolo, and that is incomplete. He was looking for Matt Breida out of the backfield, and it's 3rd and short. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. Garoppolo nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10. Garoppolo looks to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now here in Santa Clara. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Garoppolo looks to throw once more. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise, this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And he'll get this down only to the 18. Big Leonard Williams there on the stop. On 2nd and 9, Garoppolo nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Williams in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. Well, that last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
And this one is right down the middle. And with that, they will move ahead by 2 here in the 4th. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
And the Jets set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
25 yards that time. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. Here's Greer. And Anderson's got it. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll run with Drake. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Down right around the 25. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. From the 25 on 2nd down. Greer, incomplete. The intended receiver there, Kenyon Drake. And that'll make it 3rd down. The Jets on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 8. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty. Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
A handoff to Breida to begin the drive. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida. Gets this one left side to Pettis. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Defense.
Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
Now a give to Breida. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So after the penalty, here's 2nd and 3. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Here's Greer. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Greer looks to throw, and he's going to go down again. DeForest Buckner in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Running, it's Drake, and he'll take this one up to about the 6-yard line. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought up a punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Here's a run on 1st down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They run again with Breida. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 15 for the Niners there and a 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Jordan Jenkins there on the tackle. Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. That'll be complete to Breida. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
I'm not sure this is how they had it drawn out on paper, but this is going to work out for them and then some, right? They've got a big chunk they got to pick up. They decide to check it down, and he just turns into a pure athlete and makes a huge play for them.
This will be caught at about the 5. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes this a 9-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A gain there of 30 big ones.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Greer, he's got his man. That's Wallace. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. 2nd down and goal. Greer. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. Down in this one, they needed that score, but they'll have to hold at least for the time being.
You're exactly right. Points that they had to have. As you said, they have to regroup now and see if they can get them another way.
So you knew one way or another that they needed the 2 scores. They get the easy one out of the way. Now they'll get the ball back, hopefully.
Yeah, and the question is, how do you accomplish that? Do you onside kick it? Or since you have all 3 timeouts, do you kick it deep? To me, I'm playing field position. With all 3 timeouts, I kick it deep and try and pin them back there.
Here we go. 59. Hey, watch the slant. Watch
Back to throw, Garoppolo. And a quick throw here, that's complete. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Oh, Garoppolo's going to throw it. Throw left side, complete. It's James. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Down to a knee for the 49ers. This one about to be on ice. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth.
Watch twist.
And they take a knee.
Here we go.
A loss of a yard. It's now 3rd down and 13.
Down to a knee goes Garoppolo, and that ought to do it. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. So the victory here for San Francisco, and it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for the Niners, their very slim playoff hopes get a boost as they move to 5-7. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the Jets, it's loss number 5 for them on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.